calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words, but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says nuck if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right, microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Welcome to Ladies Night.
I'm back.
Pause this real quick. Basically, I just dropped the link already. I already dropped the link. Let me see. I know there's some way that you can clip it so it stays on. Maybe that's it. Okay. So I'll keep dropping the link. If anyone wants to come up, I'm just gonna start spinning some videos and giving a little reaction here and there. But tonight's Ladies Night, so I'm just gonna wait for everybody to file on in and get the party started. For those who are up in the clouds doing your thing, get ready for a great show tonight, because tonight is Ladies Night.
With another triggering topic. And today I want to talk about learning from the mistakes of the previous woman, because I see far too many Black women get involved with a man that has a history of mistreating women. If you see a man, and I don't care how good you think he looks, I don't care how much money he has, I don't care how much he tells you that you're different. If he has played games with the previous woman, put his hands on the previous woman, or cheated on the previous woman, that is your future, whether you want it to be or not. It's just that simple. And the reason why I wanted to do this video was because I was sitting here and I was watching some videos about Jada Waita's sister, Jasmine. Now, if you don't know who Jada Waita is, I'll let y'all know. She's an influencer, IG baddie, businesswoman, whatever you want to call it. And also she's the rapper Lil Baby's baby mama. Now, her sister has a podcast, and she also has a little notoriety too. And I just wanted to tell y'all that, give y'all that quick backstory just in case you don't know who they are. Now, before I get into it, let me just give this disclaimer. Everything in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. Everything is all alleged and nothing is factual.
This is brought to you by You're Triggered, by the way. I need to make sure that you all know where to get the knowledge. Here we go.
I do not know any of these people personally. Now, I was flabbergasted when I found out a little while back on these blogs here that Jada Waiter's sister had a baby by a known Pookie and thug named 600 BZ. I remember way back when he went viral for saying some things about and to a woman named Queen Key, and he is allegedly the father of her triplets. Yes, triplets.
Triplets. Don't be that bitch started that rumor because I ain't want her. I ain't want her. I want them kids. She running around talking about some gay shit. Bitch, fuck you. Be a single parent. I don't give a fuck if I am or ain't the dead bitch. And fuck them kids.
Now let's be real here. If you see a man behave this way,
Did you hear what Dude said? He didn't even sound human. Sounded like a monster. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Waiting for everybody to get up in here. Remember, I'm going to drop the link again. Minerva, welcome. It's good seeing you. All of those in the cloud, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Put a 1 in the chat. Here we go.
act like this in public, whether or not he is or isn't
Oh, if you can't hear me, put a 2 in the chat. But if you can hear me good, put a 1 in the chat.
the daddy. Why the heck would you want to open your womb up to him? Does he give good vibes to you? Does he give the energy that he's going to respect you and treat you like a queen? Does he give the vibe that he's going to be a great father and influence to any children that you have with him? No.
Henry Mars in the house.
And it's really upsetting to see women go head first into creating a broken home. The home is already broke before you can even build the home. Now, I'll just say this, it's something different if you get with a man and he completely pulls the wool over your eyes and you don't know his true character until it's too late. I understand that. But I really think that a difficult conversation has to be had because that's not the case the majority of the time. Women see the red
Little Heart in the house.
flags and they completely
Bonnie Rose in the house.
ignore them and then want to complain when they could have avoided that outcome by just listening to their gut, by just listening to their intuition, and just listening to the red flags that are just right there beeping and flashing everywhere. So,
Let me pause right there. It's good seeing everybody up in here. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
I mean, we got to keep it real here because the majority of bad relationships, the majority of bad men, they do have red flags and you can see them in advance. And I don't think it's wrong of me to say that because we have the ability to protect ourselves from ending up in these terrible situations 9 times out of 10.
I haven't talked to my baby daddy since I told him I was pregnant. So I don't know why y'all would think anything of that nature. That is diabolical to me. Do I move on that face? Yes, I sure did. I have options. It's like I still have options. It's like I don't even want to ugh.
Like, I'm not your regular single mom. Beat it.
Because my baby look like me.
And my thing is telling other women that you're not the regular single mom when in fact you actually are. Number one, you're no better than anyone else. And actually, you may be worse because you chose to have your first child with the man that you could visibly see on social media denying other children. And yet you still chose to play Russian roulette with your womb. To me, that's crazy work. And you also tried to shade a woman who was having issues with this same man acknowledging her alleged children with him. And you know, I have to use this language for YouTube, y'all. I just don't understand.
Basically, it comes down to this. You see how the dude, what your triggered is explaining is that if you see a dude act messed up to other people, don't think for some reason for you, they're going to put on a halo. Believe it or not, maybe once or twice here and there. I think that because you have to understand the life of these narcissists. They can put on a facade sometimes for a while, sometimes for 3 months, who knows? But the bottom line at the end of the day, they're going to come out. That doctor, the Mr. Hyde of Dr. Jekyll is going to come out. And you are going to see something you don't want to see. So the best thing you can go by is the man's history. So as an outsider, because I am not a woman, but what I can say is this: if if another woman says, "Look, I used to date the dude," or whatever she says, right? And she gives you information, don't be tempted or feel the urge to say, "Oh, she's just hating." Because what I've learned is that a lot of times women will want to protect each other because they don't want that women have empathy. And what I mean is they don't want you to go through what they went through. And they're just giving you concise, accurate information about what this guy's about. Now, if you want to disregard it or belay it or whatever you want to call it and ignore it, by all means, go ahead. But you're going to find out sooner or later that that information that you're calling that the bitter X was bitterly true. And the thing is that you could say they're bitter. I mean, who would not be bitter about having hands and feet put on them? They're not bitter at you. They're not bitter at you. They're bitter at the person who did it. And don't they have the right to feel that way? The best thing to do is take that intel, take that information, at the very least, put it on, put it in the books, see what happens. If you ask them about how their past was with somebody and that person gets upset and irate, because a lot of times they do, there's your answer. Because a man who is a good man is not going to easily lose his temper. Okay, that I can say. So if they easily lose their temper, that's got DV written all over it. So let me play some more of this. Here we go.
And how a woman can see another woman being treated negatively by a man and not feel for her. And also to say, well, that'll never happen to me. But I really want y'all to understand something. People normally do not change, and men especially don't, unless there is some wild reason that they have for doing it.
Yeah, like an epiphany or something that close to death experience or something like that. It really, seriously, people do not change. You're triggered near that.
And I don't want to be judgmental, but dare I say that this thugalicious Pookie like this 600 BZ, he's not going to change for anybody, and especially not a woman. So to think that a man that already has a history of bad behavior, criminal activity, and just all around bad treatment of women, to think that he's going to stay and love on you and be a family man for you and your child because you're just that amazing, it's actually ridiculous to think that. No woman is better than the next. So if he treated the previous woman or the previous baby mama badly, guess what's going to happen to you? And I don't know how many times women have to see this play out before they understand that. And before they understand that it applies to them, it applies to every woman. You have Summer Walker, who famously really thought that she was better than the other baby mamas. Ended up getting the same treatment and ended up looking stupid in front of the world. And I really don't say any of these things to beat any of these Black women down. I really don't, because no one is perfect and we all make mistakes. But in life, however, the smartest people learn from other people's mistakes. That's the reason why I make this content, because if I give you guys the game, then maybe you don't have to go through the things that many other women have. So please don't let this be you. If you're interested in a man and you see that he has treated other women poorly, he will do the same to you. You are not special. And do not look down on those women that he's talked about. Don't listen to what a man has to say about other women. If he says, "Oh no, baby, I would never do you like that. It's those other women. They just didn't know how to treat me like you do." Lies, lies, and more lies.
Right.
Please.
She nailed that. She nailed that. I'm gonna save the rest for you guys to check out on Your Triggered. She has about another 5 minutes on there. So yeah, definitely check her out. Listen to this one. Here we go. Miss Twilight Speaks.
What does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
You know, like packing his bag, unpacking his bag.
Quite honestly, okay, just to let you know, I think there's really something wrong with her beyond disagreeing with her ideology. Let me make that clear. I think there is something wrong with her. And let me play this through.
Just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning. I know how you are about midday. I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I mean, he's spoiled. And you know, when I talk to my girlfriends about it, I was like, oh, how you guys doing? And I'm just like, girl, he's rotten. I'm like, he's spoiled rotten. Like he's rotten. But I love that. Like I want him to be that. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. And I've been known to love people back to health. And sometimes it's very draining. But my love is my superpower. And
a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high function.
What situation?
Okay, so I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
By how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent
I
of
just
just saying,
want God
about
to
your
bring
wife?
it.
What's the intent
I
of
just
just saying,
want God
about your
to
wife?
bring it. I just want.
Right. So why the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Check yourself.
I done checked it, and she done checked me too.
Yeah.
But
She
see-
put you in a chokehold.
No, we don't believe in that. Because I feel like I come from this branch. My father would always say, if you got to put your hands on her for her to understand and listen to you, you will
Let her
never have
go.
control of them.
Oh, okay.
So, cool. I just believe in my pimping. I just believe in my pimping.
He just believes in his pimping. Does that sound like somebody who wants to settle down?
Believe in my, player.
A mess. Hey y'all. Hey, it's your girl Twilight.
Let me pause it right there. If you want to see the rest of this, definitely check out Twilight. Here we go.
Make sure you comment, share, subscribe. Now, we're going back to a format that I haven't done in quite a while. Definitely wanted to comment on this mess I saw and just the poise, demure, and mindful way that Dr. Bryant gathered Cam Newton all the way together on his podcast. She did that, okay? We're going to have to give her applause for that, okay? Yes. Now, we will be definitely going back to the format of documentary and video essay style real soon. I got some stuff cooking up for you, and it's going to be fire. So make sure that you subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you are notified when that is up. But one thing I wanted to say and absolutely point out here is
It is ladies' night. So definitely hit the link if you want to come up. If you have anything you want to talk about or something you saw today that you want to go over, definitely let me know. I'm gonna let this roll for a while, a little, at least one. I'll go for 1 hour, but I'm definitely want to get people up on the panel. Here we go.
the ideology of submission and the way that it has been shoved down our throats. Now, as far as Watch Jazzy and her situation with Cam Newton, based on what we see in the public, it is embarrassing. Honey, I catch secondhand embarrassment every time he opens his mouth. Okay. I can't say that he is just constantly throwing her under the bus, but his actions and his behavior proves that he has a lack of respect for her. Yet she is constantly going around, talking highly of this man, talking about all of her service and servitude to him.
And the funny thing is she's talking about all that servitude and stuff. And remember now, Cam knows women well enough to know they want to be married. That is their goal in life. And he has to me, purposely made a point of not marrying them, no matter how much submission and servitude. If there's anything this should prove to women, is that crap that Kevin Samuels was speaking, that crap that Red Pill was speaking was full of shit. I mean, think about it. These women did everything for this man, had multiple kids, and they end up with nothing. No marriage. Wonderful kids that they are building, that they are making good children. They are the ones that are making these children. If Cam's kids turn into football players, it's because of their mother, not Cam. I can tell you, he does not see his kids that much. He would have a completely different narrative if he did. These women gave him they gave him everything, all those things that the manosphere wants. Everything that a manosphere man wanted. Fit, feminine, friendly, submissive. Some of them are everything. And I'm telling you, he is the blueprint of the modern Black man right now. It doesn't matter. It's important for you guys to understand that. It's very important. Welcome to the stage. Vanessa is better known as Metal Heart.
Hi.
How you doing tonight?
Good.
I'm just ranting. Having a tantrum.
I thought you were not done. That's why I paused.
Oh no. Hey. I got.
I wanted to point out because I thought someone was going to say it yesterday. How the first baby mama, when she said after she had all of those kids with him, she mentioned something about, I knew I had to leave because of what was coming next, what was to come. Like she knew something was going to happen that was not going to be good. And I thought she was going to say it, but she didn't. And it leads me to wonder, like, what was going to happen?
I think I mean, let's put it this way. I think things got a lot. She did not announce it, but things weren't good between them. That's what I think. And I think she thinks, like, I don't know about you, but I think she thinks it was going to go domestic.
Maybe.
Because
I was like, wow, like what else could go wrong?
Right, exactly.
Because he doesn't, I mean, he is a big narc, but he doesn't come off as like abusive. I don't know if we could say that word on here.
Yeah. Hey, we can say. I mean, we can say. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if my algorithm gets hit, I mean, it's like they got to be joking. I don't want to be on here if you can't say the word abusive, and it lowers you 100 points or whatever. No, because sometimes you just have to say the word directly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting. Oh, he had another kid on her. Okay.
Let me play a little bit more. Let's see what we got here.
Etc. And this is the kind of behavior and time that manosphere, red pill guys have been all over the internet campaigning and shoving down women's throats for the purpose of marriage, right? These are marriage-minded biblical men, right? right? That's what we're supposed to be getting in exchange for our submission. But I believe that this is just a case of a woman doing everything that a man wants to try to convince him to choose her. Typical pick-me behavior. And it generally never really works out in women's favors. That has been proven time and time again. You end up doing a ton of labor, both emotionally, physically, financially.
Sometimes it's very draining.
Draining yourself in hopes that one day it'll all pay off. And
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, what would it be called?
Aside from draining,
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. When somebody coerces you into being drained, putting in so much effort that you get drained out, you know, that you get like just tired.
it's not gaslighting. I know what you're talking about, but I know what you're talking about, but I
Phoenix
can't think of the
dose of
word.
insanity. Let me spin a little bit more. Here we go.
I think that that is a terrible strategy, and women need to initially wake up. But it's her life, right? She gets to pick and choose. And people have pointed out many times how she at one point was talking down about pick-me's, and here she is doing the same behavior. So I catch a lot of embarrassment when I watch these videos and I watch Cam Newton basically practically treat her like she's an afterthought most of the time. But we're going to go ahead and take this time to watch Dr. Brian gather him and his pookie ways all the way together. Some of
Let me
his
pause right there for 1 second. Jim Anointed says lethargic. Yep. That's a good word too. Welcome, Jim Anointed.
most pookiest of moments and other commentary on the subject matter. And you guys let me know what you think in the comments.
I'm glad that she brought up the Pookie part because a lot of people had been looking at me sideways when I was calling Cam Pookie, but I just thought like, well, look, if if he fits the Pookie structure, so why wouldn't he be called Pookie?
Because to them, that's not what their Pookie looks like. They think Pookie is like a gangbanger or, a thug or whatever they call them.
somebody who's like strung out and broke.
Yeah, that's their Pookie.
Okay.
They even call like abusive men Pookies, Pookie and Ray Ray.
Got it.
Side note, do you think that Jasmine kind of favors the late and beautiful Aaliyah?
Girl, shut up. You tripping. Understand, it's natural for a man to desire other women. Like it's natural. It's like it's like an instinct. Like, yo, damn, she fine.
Yeah, because I feel like men are naturally a hunter.
Okay. Yes.
So
yes.
Don't say yes like that.
Now you so with that, check this out.
I understand you, but
Even which one are you more likely to hear? A man with multiple wives or a woman with multiple husbands?
collateral damage.
Ooh.
It's like, damn,
You do
I
it
do
because
not
you
want it to do it. You're not doing it because you're motivated from that person.
You ready for my question?
Because you ain't shit. That's how you said all that. That's your little manipulation tactic.
No, I'm not manipulating. Don't say it.
Oh, no. I take it back.
We all are work in progresses. You see what I'm saying? Then I'll ask you a question.
By the way, Vanessa, if anytime you see something you want to speak on, just say stop the tape.
Okay.
But my thing about, I might have to check out this Krishan Rock, Cam Newton video because he seems to have let his guard down with Krishan Rock more as far as just saying what's on his mind. I thought he was a lot way more guarded with the doctor.
He was intimidated by her.
Yes. Yes. She's the epitome of I'm a PhD because she's a PhD. And it's clear that men have a problem with that.
Yeah. That's why he was taking all those shots at her.
Yeah, you mean uploading all the little clips all the time?
Well,
Yeah.
like even like during the interview, he was like waving his, parents' relationship, and she came from a broken home. He
Oh,
was, even though his, home wasn't perfect, but he still felt like that was his, trump card on her. And then like all the things that he was pointing out about her that were like that seemed negative, and he was like pointing that out, and then when she like did that reverse, he tried to deflect. Like he was literally like taking like a piss test, like like, oh, who's what do they call it, like whose thing is longer or whatever. I don't know how to
mhm.
the analogy.
Yeah,
But he was
yeah, I know what you
like
mean.
trying to stunt on her, pretty much, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the mistake he made was he tried to battle wits with somebody who's at least therapeutic, at least psychological IQ is much higher. He might
Yeah,
be dang good in football, but
and his maturity level is just
yeah. And unfortunately, again, I can't stress this more. He's really the epitome of a lot of men in our society. And remember now, he's starting to squeeze up on 40 now. He's not young.
but
I'm
again,
here for
in
the
the
shitty
red
baby.
pill community, they don't see that as old. Only women are old when they're 40 and up. Men age like fine wine, according to them.
Not according to the medical industry.
But they ignore all of that.
Yeah, they do. I've seen some of the growth. I mean, literally men that anybody would agree is not attractive. Say they're attractive, number one. And then number two, they are definitely not in shape. I mean, to me, it's like, don't if you want to really hurt a man, don't tell him he's overweight and about to get a heart attack. Let him keep eating. Sooner or later it's gonna happen. I've seen it so many times, especially um, well, on here, but anywhere. I swear, I'm up there in age, and it's weird for me. It really is strange for me to look at men that are much younger than me, but they're out of shape, you know. And I'm in here, I'm working hard, doing, chin ups and all this kind of stuff, trying to stay in shape and still being called old and dusty or whatever. And these guys got a gut. They look pregnant.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the
But there
funny
are
part.
men out there that are like trying to speak up about like the health wise, especially like when it comes to black men. They refuse. Well, black men, white men, they refuse to go to the doctor. And now I've heard like some men say that they see younger men in their 20s and 30s, they have ED because they just they're unhealthy.
Yeah. Yep. They it's just weird. It's weird. And it's like they want to make a flex and say, "Oh yeah, women are more, overweight than us." But it's by barely a thread by number 1, if that is true. It may not even be true anymore. And 2, men are supposed to be naturally more active, right? They claim that they're the ones doing all the physical jobs. So if you're
Yeah.
doing all the physical jobs, right, then you should be, you know, this, fit.
Yeah, yeah. Especially I've for some reason I've come across a lot of men who speak about how they quit their factory job and they complain about how physically laborious it is and how it was like the hardest job they've ever had and they will never go back to working in a factory and blah 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 blah. But it's like your body is literally built for that. You're supposed to be made for that.
Right. Right. Selena, is it me going in and out or is it the whole thing? It sounds okay over here. But let me play a little bit more. Here we go.
No. Hear me out.
What?
Because
I
I'm
mean,
trying to give you some type of
you
perspective.
saying basically a nigga like you can cheat because you're a natural hunter. So
What I am saying is this.
that shit is ew.
Okay, what I am saying is this. When you're dealing with a person like me, it's going to take time, and I'm asking for your patience.
Sometimes it's very draining.
How long are you willing to be patient for a person to come around? Because
Sometimes it's very draining.
the person who I'm with right now, it literally turned me on the fact that she's been patient with me, and now I've been able to give
So I feel like
myself where we are right now. I feel like I'm glowing.
Oh,
Wow, you know something, ladies? I think we're gonna have to get this Krishan Rock um, interview in the mix because he
He's
sounds
exposing more of himself.
yeah, that
But
is for sure.
this is actually a good thing because we're seeing the certain women that it takes for them to drop their mask and to let go of their ego and bravado and just
Well
be
said.
real.
Well said. I mean, they for some reason he's more comfortable being the real Cam or showing who he really is in front of Krishan Rock. That is so true.
She's a preference.
Well, she preferred wrong because she is in prison and her dude is in prison.
That is a shame.
I mean,
But
think
she's
about it.
only in prison because like she just refused to, settle the issue.
Yep.
So it's like she's really in prison for a stupid reason.
Yeah, she isn't that exactly. But see, believe it or not, and this is how you know you're a good man would have taken care of the business for her. If she was with a man that was about his business, he would have helped her handle that business or handled it for her. You see what I'm saying? Just because he cared about her
Or at least
genuinely
encouraged her.
and said, "Hey, Krishan, come on, get in the car. We got to go down to this court and handle this business." You know, and obviously Blueface wasn't that kind of person.
But well, yeah, he wasn't. And being in jail, you can't be that person physically.
Exactly.
isn't that special? Her suffering and emotional labor has him glowing.
Because with her, she has been patient through a process that I had to heal from. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sitting up here going out and blah, 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 and I'm out every night. I'm trying to fuck some
No, I know that, but
But since inception of our relationship, there was processes where I had to heal from, and I'm grateful that she was patient when I was healing.
So what he's basically, I can tell you this man speak, and I'll what he just said. What he's saying is that she was patient with his cheating and his disrespect, because it wasn't like he's saying that he was, he wakes up and he pees in the bed and she was patient about that. It's not about that. It's the fact that he just kept being single when he was supposed to be in a committed relationship. That's basically what he's saying in man speak.
And plus, I think he's enjoying the fact that I guess he must be emotionally like dumping on her. And
Yeah.
because he's saying he's healing and whatever. So he's literally like preparing himself to leave her.
Right.
Because he's like like kind of like a video game. Like he's juicing himself up to go to the next level. Like this is terrible. I'm telling you, she sings a little cray cray. If he leaves her,
Yep.
he better get that restraining order. That's all I can say. Cause she looked like the one that would climb through windows.
I think that's the allure of Krishan Rock. You never know what she's going to do next. You know, but that was one of the things I was trying to explain yesterday to Darnell, is that he was saying, well, this person did this. There are just going to be some men and women that they're just not good for a relationship. You know, there's something they need to learn. I think Krishan, if she got what, you know, she literally does need a leader. The problem is she doesn't know how to choose a good one.
Yeah. But see, these tough guys, they come off as leaders, but they're only leading you to the bed.
Right. Exactly. And they can't even do that right. They can and to me, my thing is leading somebody to bed means that you are not, if you guys are not supposed to make, you know, you're not supposed to make that woman pregnant. You don't make her pregnant. They can't
Yeah.
even do that right. You know, they can't even get that right. And the thing is fine. If you want to take down your leader, you know, your leader badge, you want to take it off of your chest as a dude, by all means, go ahead and do it. But don't call yourself a leader and you're making women pregnant and then blaming them for getting pregnant. I understand common sense is for a woman, watch your back, right?
Mhm.
But if we're talking about the world of relationships in general, and men want to be the leader, then you have to do things you may not want to do, which is 1, putting on a condom, 2, not having sex, 3, you know, being irresponsible. But these men seem to check all those boxes just fine.
Mm, I guess on the woman's behalf, it's like 1, they believe his lies, and 2, they really, really think that they are the one. They're going to be the one.
That's more than observation. That's a fact because both of Cam's women said something to alluded to that fact. What you just said was factual. That's exactly the way they felt. They felt that sooner or later he was gonna, you know, put a ring on it.
His
Geminoita,
game strong. Hmm.
Geminoita said, "Us as women have to track our period and be really not let these men trap us if we
Yeah.
can help it. If we can help it, yeah."
We should have been doing that. Like all of these, and because I get it that some people say that birth control is not healthy for women, but it's like, if you're not going to use birth control, you have to be abstinent until you go down that aisle. Like, and I understand that it's not a guarantee, but shoot, it's something. Because
Absolutely.
he has the ultimate carrot and he's dangling it. He's using it as like, I don't know, what is that? What is that glove that Thanos has? Like he's using it as that glove. He's just
Oh,
every time he gets with a new girl, he snaps that finger. And he's like he literally gets a fresh start.
right. I know what you mean. It's kind of like a rewind or something.
It's crazy. It's like he's rewinding, even though he is getting older, he's rewinding and restarting another family, and they are like, they're either stuck or like they're like kind of stagnant because their kids are young, and the younger the child is, the more dependent they are, because their lives depend on their mothers, that's why they're tethered to the mother more than the father. So it's like you have to start like thinking with your future in mind as well, and not just his and the child. You have to think about yourself too.
Right.
That's all I want to say. I'll just be quiet for now.
Okay.
I feel like I'm talking too much.
No, you absolutely are not. So you're throwing on some great gems. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna spin a little more.
Help me heal too.
So
So
in other words,
in other
you're
words,
really good at your words. In other words, you're saying,
while I was fucking around,
yeah.
she didn't leave.
I
But
mean,
wait. I gotta go back on that one.
I had to heal from, and I'm grateful that she was patient when I was healing to help me heal too.
So
So
in other words,
in other
you're
words,
really good at your words. In other words, you're saying,
while I was fucking around,
yeah.
she didn't leave.
I
Did he say
Oh
while I
my
was?
gosh.
Did he say when I was effing around, she did everything?
No, she didn't leave.
Oh,
So he refused to say that while he was with the therapist. But see how he just let all his inhibition go?
yes.
He is literally shooting the breeze with this girl. Oh my god.
Man.
Why didn't this video go viral?
Yeah. It will soon. Don't let the doctor see this one. She will just Cam. So why didn't you tell me about this? So I
Yeah, he
mean,
was really, really guarded with her. He had a stick up his wazoo.
right. And he didn't mention anything about infidelity to her.
No, he refused to even acknowledge that.
And a mom in the house. So he wants people to see him in a higher light than really he deserves.
Yeah, because even when the words were coming out of his mouth, as they fell out, he like checked himself. He was like, "Oh,
Exactly.
that sounds bad." Now that I'm hearing it out loud.
Man, and the thing that's scary is that all the dudes know this, and they're defending him to the last breath.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me.
They think this is normal. They don't need therapy. It's the women.
Right. Because there's something y'all are doing wrong. They don't know what it is.
It's the
Maybe
water.
it's the what, or maybe is it the fit this time, or is it the feminine, or is it the friendly
Who
this
knows?
time?
Because
It's
they move the goalposts. Like you can't pin them to one thing
right.
without weaseling out of something else.
Exactly.
mean, if we're being quite honest, this is every Dusty's dream. A woman that will sacrifice herself and be patient while she is being cheated on and or abused, unfortunately.
A lot of people see my situation and I think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
Okay, so I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
By how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent
I
of this
just want
then? Or by
God
your
to bring
wife?
them. I just want God to bring them.
But don't you have a submissive, demure, cooperative woman at home? You know what? Never mind.
My desire to get married
Exactly. My point, my sentiment exactly.
is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Brian, you said it, I did say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at. And
I bet 200 mammies shed tears when they heard this man being called out on his degeneracy.
where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. but you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you, but these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there.
Right. So remember, there's that theory that black men are the most involved fathers, but
Yeah.
when they're involved, that's the problem.
And
So
didn't that information come from the CDC and not like some actual
yeah,
thing
it
that
was
doesn't have anything to do with like Ebola and stuff?
right. Yeah. And it was a very small sample size, by the way. It was a very small sample size. And hey, to me, look, I'll take a win wherever I can get it. But if the problem is not that when we are involved fathers, that's great, but we're talking about a very small group of men. But hey, I don't know. I don't know. I guess the CDC was trying to give us a nugget, something. Maybe the
What they
CDC.
did was cause like mayhem because they took that and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
Even the men who know in the back of their mind they are a deadbeat, they took that and ran with it.
Yes.
See, I'm a good father because I can't even be there for my kids. Like, what? I don't get it. Their mentality is warped. I don't.
Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy.
Bars.
A lot of people see my situation and I think that I'm not high function.
Ooh, wait. Baby. She did that. 10 minus 2. She 8. Very demure, very mindful.
That is so true. Let's see what other clip I got here. All right, everybody. I know y'all out there. Come on up to the stage.
I know we're lonely up here.
Yeah.
But
Let's
I
see.
just had an idea. He sees women and children as like little collectibles, like a collection or something.
Bars. You nailed it. That's exactly how. We should. I only want to correct you a little bit on that. We should say men like him, because he's definitely not the only one who thinks like that.
Hmm.
Definitely not. So you nailed it. And then I want to throw a little bit of some extra sauce on top of that and said Cam Newton's. Take the word Pookie away and say Cam Newton's do this, because yeah, he said. I mean, basically, you're right. And you know what that is? That's a typical. What's the word? Narcissistic.
Hmm. Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say. I can't even get my words out.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I don't know if you know Spiritual Whistleblower, if you know her or her content.
Yeah, I've heard of her, and I've seen a couple of her videos.
Because she says the same thing about narcissistic mothers. They have multiple kids by multiple men.
That could be true, because they want to control each scenario.
The control.
So that's why. But that's funny. It's like I still don't get why. Well, I don't know. I
Does
don't
he
know why
still
Cam
play
does what he
football?
does. What? I'm sorry.
Does Cam Newton, does he still play football?
He was trying to, but nobody wanted to hire him.
Oh, because I honestly, before all of this, I didn't know who he was. I live under a rock, honestly. So
Holly,
I don't know like his background, but I know everybody. I heard things about him being a football player. I don't know if he was still one.
yeah, I was a fan of his, but you know how it is. Like sometimes you get to know somebody, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, not
Like
exactly who I thought he was.
I can't get with that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, Bridget Mouton in the house. I think I had another clip lined up here.
I wish there was a way I could see the chat.
Oh, the chat. There should be a chat. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Okay, as a guest, there should be. Okay, look on the top. You should see something that says. Um, there should be something that gives you the opportunity to select the chat and see the chat.
Oh, and then click on comments.
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
can see
okay.
comments. Yeah, I haven't looked at. I have to check that out. I have to see what. It's been such a long time since I've been on somebody. Well, no, I was on somebody's live a couple of days ago. Yeah, there should be
Oh,
some way that
Phoenix
you can
Soul
see the
said
chat.
Cam Pookie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, Pookie. All right, here we go. So let's jump into this one right here.
Jeannie Mai demands alimony payment, including rent and car titles from ex-husband Jeezy. Honey, Jeezy is not paying the baby's daycare.
Jeezy's in the house. Bridget Mouton on stage. Bridget, it's good seeing you. Brina West in the chat. How you doing tonight, Bridget?
Hey, Bridget.
Lou?
I think she's muted.
I'm
Yeah.
doing fine. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good.
So I can hear you. I can't.
You can't hear us?
Oh,
We can hear you.
let me
Go out and then come back in.
turn
Maybe
off.
you gotta.
I gotta turn off something. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see. Hello?
Hello? We can hear you.
See, that's why I don't do this, because I have no idea what I'm doing here. Wait. Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Perfectly. Yeah.
There's a big delay. Did you notice that?
There's a what?
A big delay from when I talk.
Oh, you probably. Do you have the YouTube still playing?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Should I turn that off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turn
turn that off.
that off because YouTube, what they do is there is a delay. But you have to
Okay.
listen. Yeah, you can watch on YouTube if you wanted to, but you definitely have to speak through and listen through the StreamYard.
Okay. So I'm muting from YouTube, and you on StreamYard?
No, StreamYard you just leave like it is. Usually you can just leave the settings as they are, but just make sure you mute YouTube. Like if you have the
Okay.
YouTube screen on.
Okay, so I did mute. I muted YouTube, And you guys can hear me still, right?
Still can. Yeah, perfectly.
Oh, okay. It's just that there's a delay still. But
Huh.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know.
it might be like mine is like a little millisecond.
Okay. Well, it's not like I'm a big talker anyway, but I did want to try it, try to get on. And I wanted to say hello to everyone. This is my first time getting
Hello,
on.
Bridget. Welcome.
And I'll just kind of let me calm down a little bit. I might have something to say in a little bit.
Okay, I'll spin a little bit of the tape, and then we can.
Okay.
Here we go.
He ain't paying the baby's college tuition. He's supposed to put some money in an interest-bearing account. The chicken ain't put the money in the account, honey. And Jeannie is letting it all out. Like, you need to do what? You need to do what? You need to pay me my money. You need to pay me my money. You need to pay me my money. Go ahead, Jeannie Mai, and get your money according to the blast. According to the blast, Jeannie Mai demands alimony payment, including rent and car titles from ex-husband Jeezy. Remember that their divorce was sealed. Well, now we're getting all about it. So, cousin, thank you for your love and support. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up. So I'm sitting here working on my book. My hair is standing up in the air, and I don't feel like coming on. This came across my screen, and I was like, I could jump on and do this really quick, taking a break from my review in my book. Okay, Jeannie Mai is pursuing legal actions against her ex-husband Jeezy for a clause in their divorce settlement that he's allegedly flouting. The talk show host claims her rapper ex-husband owes her a lot of money for rent, their daughter's tuition, and paperwork for 2 cars, as agreed in their June 11 divorce settlement.
And that's the weird thing. That's one thing I can't stand about agreements sometimes. It's like, if the guy's a jerk, the guy's a jerk. And I kind of knew he was going to do this. He has plenty of money. So that I guarantee you the courts are going to come down hard on him, because they know it's not like he was struggling or he got he got injured or something like that and couldn't handle it. He shouldn't even be dealing with this. He should have hired somebody to deal with his finances anyway. So what do you guys think about Jeezy holding on to that money?
Typical.
Exactly.
Typical. He just acted like he was going to, do right by her, but obviously he didn't.
And I thought he got a pretty decent deal too. Wasn't like she got all his money or nothing.
No.
What else we got?
Is he the one that
came to an end after the rapper filed for divorce in September last year? Jeannie Mai claims Jeezy has failed to pay her for their daughter's daycare costs and school tuition. Shame on you. According to TMZ, Mai claims that Jeezy flouted the terms of their divorce settlement. He has allegedly refused to pay her what he owes her, as they initially agreed when they finalized their divorce in June. Mai said their divorce settlement calls for Jeezy to pay her for daycare costs and tuition for their child, deposit $500,000 in an interest-bearing account, hand over the titles for 2 cars to her, and cover the cost of 4 months of rent. My Lord, she sure got a lot in that divorce. The Real co-host claimed in a new legal filing that her estranged husband has been evading the injunction and leaving her out to dry. She said Jeezy already owes her $4,000 for tuition and daycare and hasn't given her access to the $500,000 account he was supposed to open for their child. The 2 vehicles involved in the matter are 2021 Range Rover and a 2022 Ford Bronco, but she claimed that their Crown hadn't transferred the titles to her, so she hasn't been able to insure them. According to the news outlet, Mai also know that Jeezy was supposed to cover her rent from May, June, July, August. That's 4 months of rent, but that he hasn't reimbursed her for it and owes her $92,470 for 4 months. Wait a minute. Jeremiah, you paying over $20,000 a month in rent. Use a dum-dum.
Yeah.
Use a dum-dum, no matter.
Yeah. What do you want to rent for $20,000 a month? Basically, I assume that her credit's good. I can't think of a place you would want to rent for $20,000 a month. What y'all think?
Sounds
That
like
big house.
mansion or something.
Yeah, that big house that he's still occupying.
But is he supposed to leave?
No, I don't think so.
If I remember correctly, didn't she sign a prenup?
Yeah.
But she still got away with some monies.
Well, she signed a prenup, but the agreement had some stipulations in it, which he effed up. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, he agreed to it because he thought she was going to be a ride or die.
Oh.
Yeah, prenups are helpful, but they're not the end all. That's at least that's what's been explained. And judging by at least what everybody brags about his income, really this is pocket change. It's believe it or not, in my opinion, he's losing more money by not paying it than if he just paid it. Because reputation in his line of work is important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think
that's true.
he's embarrassed. So he's like bitter about it, and that's the one thing he still has control over.
Not for long.
Until
'Cause
she enforces it. He can play those games until she actually enforces it, right?
True. He can play, yeah, until the next court date. And then the thing what will happen is that the court will fine him and the court will be rich too.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
He went out sad. How he let a preference take him for not all he got, but she got enough.
Well, she already has a little bit of money herself, but I don't believe she has enough money to take care of the type of living they're in right now.
Yeah.
But if he was to disappear, she would still be all right. She would just not be in that $20,000 a month building.
This just goes to show this is like another Uno reverse moment, because men forget that, prenups can work both ways, and you can put whatever you want in those prenups.
Right.
And it sounds like she was actually smart.
Yes. In fact, I think she hired the people who wrote the prenup as her attorneys. I don't know if they changed it. I don't even think they changed it. And that was so smart, because it's not like they know the prenup inside and out. So they know all the loopholes that he left, or at least how to enforce what they have agreed upon.
Mm-hmm.
So he was toast from the beginning.
You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if y'all have seen that movie. Was it Cruel Intentions? No, not Cruel Intentions. It's that movie where she kept divorcing her husbands, and she kept all of their like nice names.
What movie was that?
Was it Cruel Intentions?
Well, that's what I would call it if she was doing all that in it.
And she would literally like take them all, for what they got. And pretty much like the first guy she married, she like the stipulations was like when she was getting hooked up with him, she said, "I want a man with a wandering pee-pee, just so I can, in the end,
Right.
divorced him because of that. And then in the end, she married a divorce attorney who was supposed to come. He came up with this ironclad prenup, but she still took him for all he got. It's a good movie. I'm gonna figure out the name and I'm gonna put it in the comment section later.
Definitely do, because I might get some clips from it and put them on so we can discuss
Like
it.
she literally has like a suitcase with all of her husband's like initials of their like last name, like her name, and then it's so many letters, like damn near the alphabet.
Oh no.
It is hilarious.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
And no wonder he don't want to pay you. The former couple were locked in a custody battle for months after she alleged that the rapper was keeping their child from her. They settled their divorce in June, but it was kept under seal, meaning details of the settlement are only now coming to light. She claims her lawyers have tried to reach out to him through his team, but they stopped responding in July. Hence, she's seeking for the court to hold him in contempt and wants him to pay her what he owes her plus interest. Ooh, she's about to put your dark meat in jail. She's about to put dark meat in jail.
And you want to know something? He'll end up in jail. I guarantee you. He'll end up, and not because he did anything real mean or not, but he's gonna be. He'll probably end up just, I don't know, being that belligerent. He seems like the belligerent type anyway. So
I don't think he cares, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
yep. If he wants to, if I was him, I would hire somebody to handle what's going on between, his money and Jeannie. Then that way he can just not even worry about it.
Because at first he thought he was getting away with everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
this next court date that's coming up that's gonna determine what's gonna happen with him.
And think about it. It can't be good, when you miss certain court dates and stuff. It's not like, oh, that's okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
In December, in an episode of the Jennifer Hudson Show, Mai opened up about her divorce issue with the city Cinderella Crowner, noting that it was seemingly difficult for her initially, even though this year I met the most broken version of me. I also met the strongest version of me. Mai told our host Jennifer Hudson, okay, moving on, girl, you shouldn't have gotten married. You was just trying to show Black women up, and there you go. Jesus says therapy didn't help his marriage with Jeannie Mai. Jesus, who married Mai in March 2021 and welcomed their daughter Monica in to open up about his decision to file for divorce in an interview with actress Nia Long. As I sit here at 46, I can't honestly tell that I've experienced love, especially not unconditional. He told Long there ain't no conditional love, Jesus. Let me tell you, it's a lie. You only have unconditional love for your children. That's it. The only conditional love that is on earth is a parent's love for their child. Okay? That's it. Jesus also admitted that his divorce from Mai has not been an easy journey. I can tell you that I'm sad. I can tell you that I'm disappointed. I can tell you that I'm uneasy. He also told Long that he and Mai tried therapy before announcing their split, but it didn't yield any fruit. The decision to end this chapter in my life was not made impulsively and comes with a heavy heart. He said, despite this, my love and respect for Jeannie remains, and the time we spent together holds a cherished place in my heart.
Well, see, that's the problem I have with that, is that if that's the case, then why isn't he at least taking care of business? If he's really like cool with her, then the best way to show somebody you're cool with them is by, at least adhering to an agreement that you made.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see how much Jeezy is worth. Jeezy net worth. Oh, it's really not that much. He only got 10 mil. That's not. That is a lot lower than I thought he had.
No wonder he's holding on to every penny.
He might figure it's cheaper to keep her, so he might.
Yeah, I think he's thinking second.
Okay, it's called Intolerable Cruelty.
Intolerable cruelty.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Like you could just play the intro and then because I'm telling you the intro is like it'll have you hooked.
Yeah.
Is that the video or a beat?
The movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2003 movie, Intolerable Cruelty.
2003.
You think it's on Amazon?
Oh,
It
looks
should
like
be
it
on
has,
Amazon, Netflix, all of them.
Okay, yeah. So it looks like. Wow, yeah. This is a long time ago because I forgot his name, but he does not look like that anymore.
Yeah, they're probably old. I was in high school when that movie came out.
You said
Yeah, I'll have to.
2003, so 20 years.
Yeah, I have to vet this channel to see if they're gonna ding me if I play it. I'll check into it later.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yep, she accused him of violence, domestic violence, but she still stayed with him. I had a whole baby child. Jeezy and Jeannie Mai split turned very messy when the TV presenter accused rapper physically assaulting him. Court appeals informant, the Real host said in court documents he hurled insults such as "you whore" and "I can't wait to divorce you when we get back." Mai also alleged that she was held against her will and that the rapper struck her with a closed fist across her cheekbone and eye, causing a subconjugal hemorrhage. Jeezy, however, called out Mai's domestic violence allegation on Instagram, branding them deeply disturbing and false. He wrote in part, the allegations are not only false, but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I love. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. The rapper.
Okay, this is the same guy who threw his son through a bathroom glass door.
Really?
Yes. So they probably pointed at that. I mean, I don't think this is hearsay. He say, she say, because he's not a small guy. He probably packed a punch and left something. And I thought I saw some photos somewhere.
Wasn't he walking around the house with that big pew pew?
Yeah.
It looked like an assault rifle.
Wow.
Continue. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation, deceit at play, and at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. Well, she is saying you ain't paying her. Excuse me. Pay her.
What's
Pay
the
your
name of
black
the new
queen her
channel?
money, Jeezy. Pay Jeannie Mai the money. School just started. The poor little baby probably can't even go to school because the mama can't afford the money, the tuition, and you sitting on all of that money. Go.
I think he's lost money because I remember last year I thought I saw a 20 for his million numbers. But see, that's what he doesn't. This is what a lot of people don't realize is that when you do like ignorant stuff, it costs you money because for him it's important to have a good reputation. I mean, this guy is the guy that would be a host or would want to book something over here in certain states and stuff. And if they see something like this come out where he's been a little bit it's bad for them to see. The thing is they don't care. These big companies don't care. But what they do care about is if they're exposed for looking like they're supporting somebody who has a violent behavior. And I think that's the issue he's going to come into now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really Jeannie directly losing him money. it's his interaction with her that's losing the money. What I mean is the hands and feet.
Hmm. And that his net worth is really confusing because I thought it was way more than I thought the
Yeah.
10 million was like from his book sales.
Yeah, let me bring it up because I was shocked. Let's see here. I mean, especially as long as he's been around.
Hmm. He should have way more than 10 million.
Yeah.
Unless he blew it all like
Quite honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He had a lot of good times. He just blew it.
Ego
for a
will
good
make you
time, not a
spend.
long time.
I mean, ego will make you spend money quick. I mean, I heard, Diddy was having $3 million parties all the time.
That's a lot.
They were comfortable knowing that the money was just going to keep coming.
Yeah.
Where's the money spent when you're spending $3 million on a party? Is it on the drugs or what?
Everything, the drugs, the food, the entertainment.
Huh. I just can't imagine.
Because the way people are describing those parties, it's like he pulled out all the stops.
Yep.
They were like his fantasies to real life.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people who could probably spend 10 million for one party. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of shocked. I thought Jeezy was at least I thought he was at least in the, I don't know, 40s, 40, 50 million. Not anymore.
Unless he has to give money to his other baby mamas.
It still wouldn't
Or
be that much.
didn't he put some of his money in his mom's name?
That's a good point. That's a good point. He might have done that.
Sounds like something he would do. Especially if
So,
he's trying to keep her from getting it.
yeah.
Who did that? Did Tom, was it Tom Brady who did that?
Thank
Yes.
you, why seeking knowledge?
These men are diabolical. They really want you got to cook and clean and ride the pony and you got to
Yeah.
be performative in these marriages and then they want to leave you broke, homeless?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, really that's my mantra is the thing is that there's nothing you can do. The person just has to be a good person. It has nothing to do. There's nothing, all that talk about, well, is she submissive and she is respectful? That doesn't matter to these guys. They see right past that. You just got to find a good person. A good person will treat you good. A bad person won't. It's really simple.
It is, but the sad part is that they hide behind the mask of being a good guy.
Right.
Like they don't show up as the monster until it's time to leave or like he shows himself and then it's time to leave and then he really showing his behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually when they don't get their way, that's the test is when somebody doesn't get their way. That doesn't mean they're being mistreated. It just means that they're not getting exactly what they're looking for at a certain moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they usually will show themselves. Here we go.
Go ahead and pay.
So
her
when is the next
money.
court date?
First of all, you shouldn't have married her.
When is their next court date? Jeezy next court date. Let me look that up right now. I don't see anything. Let me see. Let me bring it on screen here. Yeah, this was on September 14th. No, September. Well, no, that's of last year. Yeah. They got a settlement when they settled. No, there's no court date listed. At least I can't find it.
Huh.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's something going on, but it's just not. It's just not
Yeah,
out yet.
she did mention a court. She did mention that they have to go back to court, but I don't remember her saying the date.
Yeah, I mean that's when you make a settlement with somebody, that doesn't mean you're getting the money. It just means that when you don't get the money, you get to go back to court. That's basically what a settlement is, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So they settled, but it didn't mean it's not like right there in court after they did the settlement, even though there have been settlements like that, but it's not like right there in court, they write a check for you. You know what I mean? They don't do
Yeah.
that. It's like the agreement is, okay, you can now, what a settlement is good for is that when you get a settlement and somebody doesn't follow it, your legal position is much improved. But it
Mhm.
has nothing to do with getting money. They can still hold
It's just you
you.
both agree that
Right.
you would, or whoever wins gets something out of it.
Right. It's, to me, I see a settlement as more of a legal positioning thing, and that's about it. Doesn't mean
Mhm.
you're going to get the ends of means. Doesn't mean that person is not going to, renege on the on the settlement. And there's not, but the key is, though, when he does go back to court, he's toast,
Mhm.
because there's no, she this and she that. It's, look, dude, unless you got something like she somehow broke her side of her settlement, pay up, pay the money, pay me my money. So
Yeah, because
that's
the
what you,
next time they're gonna make him give his lawyer a check to give to the other lawyer.
right. The second,
But with
yeah,
with the judgment, they can actually garnish his wages, right?
you just took the words right out of my mouth. You nailed it. That's exactly what's next.
So he can
See,
play
the
games
settlement.
as he wants.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying he can play games as much as he wants, but once there's a judgment, they can enforce it one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not only that, but he's going to pay the court, because they are going to fine him. They are going to fine him.
What if he pulls like a greasy move and like like that Tom Brady move and puts everything
It's too
in
late.
someone else's name?
It's too late. Whatever Jenny found she found. He could it's I forgot what they call it, but it's not legal. He can't put that money that if before they go by the date that the case was filed, and wherever that money was at that time, and even shortly before that, right? If it looks fishy, there's no protection. The money, she's gonna get her money.
Mhm.
She's gonna get her money. This is like that old rap song, "B better get my money," but she sent that to him.
That's why it says pay her money.
You know, well, I guess Rihanna did a remake, so it's closer to Rihanna. You know, it's closer. Let me play a little bit more.
Okay. You should not have married her. Jeannie Ma, you should not have married Mr. Dark Meat. But you got married to Mr. Dark Meat and was trying to show black women up and trying to teach us how to be feminine and love a black man when you was a whole volcano erupting on the inside. You can't teach black women nothing, boo. Super masculine, super angry, super childish.
Phoenix Soul, have a
We
good
all
night.
knew. I knew this wasn't gonna last, boo-boo. I knew this wasn't gonna last.
I kind of knew. I mean, I didn't know it really, quite honestly. When they got married, I wasn't really paying that much attention to it, but it just seemed like, I mean, he just doesn't seem like the loyal type.
But they were never a match. And plus, like she said, she want her dark meat on the side. I don't know why she married him because she really don't like black men for the reasons that you're supposed to like men.
Right. Yeah.
And plus, she's like the typical preference. She pretends to be fit, feminine, and friendly, but then like they're always outed as very masculine, like what she just said, very masculine,
Mhm.
immature, like vindictive. Everything that the black man claims a black woman is, they are the same way
Mm-hmm.
because they're a woman. That's
Yeah.
pretty much how most women are.
No, there was a friend of mine was telling me about this guy who she had a conversation with, and he was Asian, and he says that it's a myth about Asian women being, you know, demure, and they might. He said the guy said something about being, you know, uh, about being they might have an
Sorry.
overtone or they might be calm, but they will go at you. And I've seen it. I've seen it before. So yeah, they are
Mhm.
other I think black men just we keep looking for greener grass and the great white queen or something. You know what I mean? Not me,
Mhm.
because I'm just not a I usually don't date out. In fact, I rarely date out. In fact, it's like 95% don't date out. But that's what truly believe my friends who I speak with, they're looking for that, just like that,
That diamond in the rough.
yeah, that, well, they're looking for, um, there was a saying that was, what was the saying? Like a white knight. They're looking for a white knight who's female.
Just like
And it
how
doesn't
women are looking
necessarily,
for Mr. Right.
yeah, well, yeah. Well,
So pretty
no.
much they're looking for something that doesn't exist, or they're
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
ironically running into the arms of women that they're running away from.
True. But they look different.
Yeah.
Or they think they're different. No, I mean, and I don't think anything's wrong with Jenny, you know, to me, there's been nothing, even in her old marriage, there was really nothing there that said that she was really evil. It's just she's who she is. And I guess these guys thought she was gonna be, submissive, and she's not,
Hmm.
you know. She had his kid, that's quite submissive, but
Apparently that's nothing.
yeah. Yep. Maybe that's
But didn't
how
she
we
keep their
get.
business online a little bit too much?
Yeah. We should not know any of this.
Right.
You know, I can understand. Let's put it this way. Hey, he kind of earned it, in my opinion. But at the same time, it can't be good for business for either person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bad look. Even if you're defending yourself, it's a bad look.
Right. Because you think they make money off their popularity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she might, let's take Jeannie for, she might get her little $500,000 out, but from Jeezy, but she lost 500,000 because of her reduction in her popularity, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be a certain demographic, and I don't mean by race or anything, by customer demographic that's not gonna like the way that she's making him being accountable. Some people are just weird like that.
Yeah.
But Jeezy, you did go ahead and marry her, and the divorce is fine. Pay Jeannie Mai her money. Pay her $90,000 to $100,000. Let's just say $100,000 for her rent for 4 months. Give her access to the $500,000 account you're supposed to put in a fund for the baby. You could put that in maybe put half in a college fund and half in a high interest account. Give her the titles to the car that you said you was going to give her. You agreed to it. Pay Jeannie Mai her money.
And see, on Jeezy's side,
Run
where's
her
Patrick?
money.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, run her money. That's all.
That's basically.
Simple.
And the problem he's having is this: he is supposed to be a businessman, right? And other businesses are looking at this and saying, look how he is breaking his contract with people he loves. What do we expect to get from him? He's not thinking about that. The other cultures of men, they really take it seriously. How, believe it or not, that's why a lot of cultures of men get married more than our culture, because they see marriage as a benefit. We don't. I mean, you can see in the red pill, marriage there's actually a mantra about, oh yeah, man, don't get married, it's bad for you. Other cultures don't think like that. They think marriage is a flex in most other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
They love to bring their wives out to them fancy, company get-togethers and stuff. And they love that they're educated as well.
Because it actually elevates them.
Yes. Yes. It whether the guy is stable or not, it shows a level of stability, because companies do invest a lot into their higher end employees, the CEOs and the manager SQOs and all them little triple letter, behind their name kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they usually want you to be married so that they don't have to worry about you being so unstable.
Exactly.
Or irresponsible.
Exactly. And not in our culture.
That's so true, Indiana mom. I had a coworker who was Asian, and she was an interesting one. She would talk about like if a black woman came in with like a quote unquote ghetto name, she didn't like it. Like the way she would talk about people, it was comical, but it was like, girl, I didn't know you had all this in you.
Really?
Like the things that come out of their mouth, they really don't think before they speak. It's kind of like,
Mhm.
Jeannie when she was like, I like my dark meat on the side. But then she tried to backpedal and pussy pop. It was like, girl, it's too late. It's already out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was too late. There's nothing you can do. That genie got out. That genie got out of that bottle and put on some track shoes.
And then you like how when she was with him, she's all like doing all kinds of cultural appropriation things, like the braids and stuff.
Yep.
I kind of wish she was like, the white women who get braids and their hair starts falling out and gets matted and stuff. It's
I
hilarious. They
saw that.
always end up bald. Always.
Really?
And it's like, tell me you want to be black without saying I want to be black.
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm going to put on a man who is, and get his.
Y'all know me, and if y'all rock with me, y'all know two things about me. One, how I feel about the nuclear family. Yeah, got into a lot of hot water about that in times in the past. And two, how I feel about Cam Newton. I love that dude, man. And this dude is a grown-ass man for one reason only. In this discussion, where they were talking about family life and Cam Newton as a father, he put himself out there. So just the vulnerability to know he's going to take shots, he continues to take shots, and frankly wants to discuss this matter with such a platform, I got to salute that. Even if we start to veer in terms of our direction and our choices. But he was talking on the podcast, Funky Fridays, with Dr. Bryant. Yeah, I can see a lot of sessions going long. Dr. Bryant. Sounds amazing, looks even better. Go ahead, girl. Anyway, Dr. Bryant dropping jewels. I wasn't hip to her like this, but yeah, they got to get down to Atlanta a little more and hear about this. So Cam said a lot. We're going to break it down. You know how we do. But first, let Cam shoot. Let Cam spit. Let's go.
A lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
Okay, so I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
By how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just
saying,
want
how
God
about
to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay.
My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it. I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
Wait a
You're
minute.
not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying.
Okay.
That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay?
Let me pause that because we've already seen that. I'm going to go back to Marcellus Wiley. That's why. See why Sika does knowledge. Oh, shoot. Here we go. Broken. What did she say? Oh, here we go.
But in the box. It's unhealthy.
At least she termed it politically, I guess.
All right.
I'm sorry, say again. Luke?
I said at least she termed it politically instead of saying that he's basically just out there being a whore.
Yeah, I've said that, but no, not her.
I heard him start off by saying the love of marriage is lower than the fear of divorce. I think he said something like that. Raise your hand if you agree with Cam. Like, who ain't sitting there saying, damn, I want this, I want that, I want that. But, and I think that's every decision we make in life. And now every decision we make in life doesn't have the consequences of marriage, divorce, and family, et cetera. Don't have those great of consequences.
My problem is not that having a fear of marriage. I mean, the love of marriage is more than the fear of divorce. It's the fact that you literally made a woman pregnant every year for 5 years, knowing you're not going to get married.
He wants the act of marriage. Yeah.
Oh no, please speak. Please speak. Don't let me stop you.
Oh, no, I didn't want to cut you off. I was just thinking he wants the act of marriage, but he just doesn't want the responsibility of it.
Exactly. He wants all the benefits without the work.
Yes.
But it's the same process. Like, I want to do that. I want to play football, but damn, I want to get hit. Well, then maybe you don't want to play football. See, in a lot of situations, it comes tightly wrapped. You know the choice that you have to make based on what you perceive as pros and cons. That's it. I want to go to Columbia, but damn, dog, I want to play big time football, but damn, dog, I want people to perceive me as intelligent, but damn, dog, I want to go where all the... So Cam in this situation starts off like we all start off, but then he takes a different road, it seems like, with having 8 children by 3 different mothers. Now, I am a baby daddy, so I understand that, not to that degree, didn't multiply it like that, but still, I have...
Okay, he has a high... Oh, man. So he has a high respect for the nuclear family, but he himself... And
That's what made me confused when he said that, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm raising my hand for the the low expectation of marriage," and it's like, oh my god, the double talking.
They're all irresponsible. They're all full of crap, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I mean, really, quite honestly, he's not... Well, at least he has had less kids, but that's all we can say. Let's see what he was going to say.
Have a baby mother. I have a child who's not my wife from somebody who's not my wife. Y'all get it? So I could talk on, once again, both sides, not boxed in with this conversation. It's kind of crazy that Cam and a lot of dudes, and I'm just using Cam because he put it out there for us. It's the same conversation you have with anybody when you need someone of reference. And you always got to use celebrities or, you know, people with platforms, because I don't know anybody else that you know like that. So we always go to someone who has platform. And I'm using Cam as an example when I'm talking to a lot of you fellas out there, including myself at the time, right? The ability to exercise the ability to be a father comes with a responsibility that a lot of people don't want by being the dad. Say it again, like to exercise that ability.
So remember now, he's talking about men now. He's talking about men.
Comes with a responsibility. And people want that ability, but they don't want that responsibility. So what does it lead to? It leads to what she was saying, selfishly creating broken families, broken homes. I remember growing up, I used to hear of someone from a broken home, and that was like terrifying. Like for real, like, oh man, you from a broken home? It meant like, oh, you are a foster kid or adopted or your parents are on drugs or something crazy, right? Like, damn. And immediately you would think of the kid like the kid is messed up or poor kid. I never thought like, oh, this kid's gonna make it. Even though some did, I always thought, damn, that kid gonna have it bad. Because I had it bad with a whole family. And you got a broken family? Oh, it's rap for you, big dog. But who am I to say it? Because you and I at the same age, same stage. But my perception, my foresight, my forecast is mine is brighter than yours, right? That was just a natural instinct. But imagine to actually have the power and the wand to create whole families, and you choose to create broken families. Like literally choose. And then you somehow, some way try to cover up those voids in your mind and the voids that are really going to be in that child's life by, oh, I'm a good daddy. I'm a good father. I'm going to be there. And because I've been on both sides, listen to this. When I said that, when I was like baby daddy, and this is 1999 all the way through my child, her growing up, she's 25 now, but I remember I used to be like, yeah, I'm here. I got
Why singing knowledge? She breaks it down like this. Oh, lost them right there. He said that kryptonite word, responsibility. Their ears automatically shut off. The rest of that message is lost. He's not real. I mean, I don't know what he's trying to get to. I guess he's just thinking that he can just talk.
Because he's literally talking about himself. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to wait and listen because I'm confused. Isn't that what you did? Like, what? How are you any better? Whether it's one child, two child, it doesn't matter.
He's trying to justify himself, I guess.
He's trying to do something. I'll give him a few more minutes. Let's see what he's
got
got.
her on some, alternate weekends, or she got her this week, I got her this week, she got her this month, because I was living in Buffalo, San Diego, she everywhere. I'm like, I got her this month, she got her this month, I got her for the summer. And then I had my own child from a whole family, nuclear family, with my wife, MJ. And I always knew this, but it hit home. Every single day, I had a million micro decisions to make just for that boy to survive and thrive. Just for him to just be, and then try to be something. Every day I was like, I got to do a trillion things. And then, you got to.
Let me see who he's married to. Yeah.
I don't even know who he is.
So it took him being in a marriage to understand the value of a nuclear family, even though before the marriage he said he respected nuclear families, but he created a broken home.
Is he in Florida?
I think where is he? Let me put him on screen here. This is him and his wife. She looks much younger than him. Anna Marie Wiley. She was born in 82. Wait a minute. No, that's got to be wrong. Okay, they got married and they must have been married in 82. No. Uh-oh. Let me look up her age. Let me see what we got here, folks.
She does look young.
Anna Marie Wiley age. Let me see. Age? He's 40. She could easily go looking at and be in her 30s. Okay, now she's 40. How old is Marcellus? He's probably late 50s.
Late 50s?
Yeah. Wiley. Oh, yeah, he's not that much older than her. He's 49. Shit, he looks older than me. What's his problem? Gee.
So is he trying to say he's changed his ways or or he's got a new way of thinking about the nuclear family.
I quite honestly, I don't know what he's trying to say. Sounds like to me he's just kind of, I don't know, what's the word? Mumbling. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's talking and you can hear his words clearly, but he doesn't seem to be going, it seems more like he's just trying to defend his position.
Yeah, as if he can flex. Because literally, he was talking. I was starting to hear wah wah wah. Because it was like, where is he going with this? Like, you already, once he said he created a broken family, it was like, okay, there's nothing else to hear.
Yeah.
But then now he's like trying to flex with this. Oh, I created this nuclear family, and it's like, what is your point, dude?
Yeah, he messed us up. Well. Let's see what else I got. I got one more. Oh, I'm gonna play some fun stuff. Let me play some fun stuff.
But it's still not all their fault. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's still not all their fault because the women are allowing it as well, and I'm sure they know about all these other women with these other babies.
But weren't women brought up to allow? Like, wasn't that? I mean, the thing is that if we're complaining about women being feminists and all that, right? Stuff, right? But women are still allowing men to make them pregnant. Aren't men getting what they want?
Yeah,
So,
they are.
And what's her name? Anna Marie. She's like, unfortunately, she's like the rare example, and that's what women are looking forward to when it comes to men who, have all these broken homes. They're like, she can do it. Then it's still a chance, still a possibility when the odds are not in their favor.
right.
Feel. And at the end,
Guess whose kid this is? This young lady right here. Mike Tyson's.
you spin it. Go with it.
Watch.
Yes. Good. And you close your racket. Yes, perfect. You see that the body and they're disconnected? They're a bit disconnected. And you're hitting the ball and you're moving in a way back at the same time. Finish completely.
I think she's going to be the next hot tennis star.
She looks like it.
Yeah, shoot, she can hit that ball. I'll tell you that. Anyway, that was.
This is Mike Tyson's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you insane?
You can't fool Simone Biles. The Olympian details her final night at the Paris 2024 Games, where she took home 3 gold medals and a silver, revealing that a club in the French capital tried to charge her a 5-figure sum for her celebrations. Explaining in an August 20th TikTok video,
Okay, we had closing ceremonies at the Olympics. I went, and after that, we went out. You guys, this club tried to charge me $26,000 for a bottle of champagne. Like, are you insane? Obviously, I didn't buy it. But why would you even try to play me like that? Like, that's wild.
And while she was ready to sell,
Let me pause it right there.
Who wants to bet that club was black?
$26,000. She is smart.
Shoot, who wouldn't be smart? I don't care how much money I got. That bottle better be worth diamonds and gold. Shoot.
I know. It's like, does a
Just for
pool
you to
come with
urinate
it?
it out later.
For real. Like, what else can I do with this bottle?
Right. Well, is it all made of gold or something?
For real. Am I going to get money back in return? Like, that's an investment.
I know.
I would have been like, yeah, I'll buy this bottle if you let me own 50% of your club.
Straight up.
Wow.
celebrate, she wasn't about to throw away her cash. The 27-year-old who fronted Team USA women's gymnastics team, along with Suni Lee, Jade Carey, Jordan Childs, and Hesley Rivera, acknowledges that her status as one of the greatest Olympians of all time can cause more than champagne problems, telling followers,
Sometimes the attention, like, I'd rather not have it. I'd rather just be as normal as possible. Like, I don't know.
Of course, Simone has always been open about the stress of making it to the top of her field's mountain. In fact, she recently clapped back at reporters for a question she's been asked one too many times during her third Olympic Games. She said on X August 4th, "You guys really got to stop asking athletes what's next after they win a medal at the Olympics. Let us soak up the moment we've worked our whole lives for." And while Simone soaking in her moment was briefly disrupted at the end of her Parisian stay, she has already made a comeback by rooting for her husband, Jonathan Owens, as he embarks on his first season with the Chicago Bears. But as for whether Simone will go for the gold again,
We finally heard about him. You know,
It's about time.
I know, huh?
Because I was
mean-
like, okay, is he really a football player? Or
To me, you know, when I don't know if you heard, but like there was a big deal about it because he was really like flossing his, oh, I didn't even know who she was, right? And I was mad. I
Yeah,
have to
I
admit that
remember
made me
that.
mad because do you know she's the greatest gymnast in the world ever? And now I say to myself, you know something? I bet every day he gets roasted without anybody even saying anything because we've seen Simone Biles way more than we've seen him. I didn't even know he was on the Bears. You know? So
he wasn't on the Bears, he was on the bench.
Right.
I mean, the thing is this like what? She's been throwing out baseballs at baseball games. Her husband hasn't been. You know, she just won all these more medals that are like the equivalent, a world equivalent of a Super Bowl. I think he might have went to one. I don't know. You better treat her good.
We already know that the possibilities is really slim to none.
Yeah.
He putting on a front.
Yeah,
You know,
we kind of thought that they were going to break up at one point, didn't we?
well, it's they. I mean, I'll give them a year or two. I'll give them that much. That I will. Anybody can last that long.
Yeah, everybody has their bets that it's going to decline.
Right.
again in Los Angeles in 2028, she said at a press conference following the 2024 Games, "Never say never. The next Olympics is at home, so you just never know."
Yeah. Really, quite honestly, I hope they're doing great. But the signs that the guy showed and the signs that you see with other men who are with gorgeous, beautiful women, as it for some reason the trend is just to first you get, you're married, then you get disinterested, then you cheat, and then you divorce. Well, Cam didn't even get married. Um, who was Halle Bailey? I thought they would last longer.
No, I already knew it was doomed.
And there was Halle Bailey. There was somebody else. Oh, Kiki. Well, she took her baby daddy back.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I don't know what it is about men when it comes to women. What will it take for men in general? And I mean like in general, not the specific man, but to appreciate their women. It's not more. This is not a feminist question. This is more of a logical question. When will you be happy? What would make you happy?
Right.
Nothing.
They always come up with something else after you've done everything they've said that they need you to do, and then there's something else that should be done that is not getting done. It's just
Right.
They're just never satisfied.
Because
Yeah.
I want to
Did
hear
Tia
the breakup
Mowry-
letter that Cam's going to write Jazzy. Because he's not going to do it in person. Because that girl, I'm telling you, she off.
Oh gosh.
All right. Let's see what else.
Did Tia Mowry, did she ever find anybody, or
Let's find out.
she's still out
Tia Mowry. Okay, so did she
there?
divorce?
Because it seems like she should have
She
learned something by
just went
now.
on a date with she just went on a date with someone, but she didn't like him. She's been on dating, but she's
Yeah,
still kissing frogs, I guess.
I guess.
Okay, so this is what I come up with. It just came back to Corey.
It is not easy going through a divorce. This doesn't feel good, and I feel alone. Wow. I got tired of people thinking that everything was perfect when it wasn't. If you want to know what really happened, I'll tell you. It ain't in a headline. I have this beautiful house. I have amazing kids, but the one thing that I don't have is love. You know, I've never dated. Corey was my first.
Right.
Everything. I had no experience when it came to dating. Tia Landry got more dates than Tia Mowry. I just put my foot, just tiptoed into dating, and I quit.
But you gotta just be out there and have fun. It's hunting season. Child, let me tell you.
Okay, so I guess what they're following her datings.
She's probably making a show out of this. But she did on Instagram, I think she was talking about how she went on a date and this guy took out his grill.
What?
He took out the grill and he put it on the table. Either on the table or on the plate. And she was the whole time she was looking at the grill.
Wait, you mean was this like a
This was
jewelry
a recent
or
date.
is this like his dentures?
No, it was like a gold or whatever. Those grills that those rappers wear.
Okay, so that's on her.
She said
That's-
he
That they
took
have
it
on their
out, she was
teeth?
like, ew.
No, that's on her if she's going to date a guy. You know, she's not a grill woman. We know that much.
But see, that's the thing. She didn't know he owned a grill because I think she said he's like an actor, or something. She knows him from something. And he asked her out on a date, and she was like, "Yeah, she was trying to be open or whatever." And he showed up to the date with a grill in his mouth, and then he took the grill out and put it on the table. And she was the whole time she was looking at the grill, ew.
I don't know why would somebody do that. I mean, Okay.
I wonder if he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that in a nice restaurant too, like, they don't show up to no Applebee's or nothing like that.
Dang.
Oh gosh.
Let me see if I can find that on YouTube. Tia Mowry, man with grill.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Call from Pip.
Hello? Hello? A little
Oh.
bit.
Okay, I only found one person who has a grill. Let me see if I can find it in here. Okay, let me go forward. Okay. Okay, I don't want to hear him. Okay, no, there's nothing there. I found something that Anton Daniels put out. Let's see. Uh, with okay, let's see if that brings it up. Here we go. Got it. Okay, here we go.
What's up? I'm going to try to do something different on my Instagram. I have entered the dating scene, and I thought that as I take off my makeup, I would share some of my horror stories. Of course, no names will be named. I decided to go out on this date with this one guy. We decided to meet at a restaurant. And I was like, okay, fine, let's try that. What could go wrong? Now, mind you, I did know what this person looked like beforehand. Oh my God, I'm getting PTSD just telling this story. This is my life. So he ends up showing up, and he's a lot shorter than I thought that he was going to be, which was pretty interesting, but no judgment here. But what was surprising to me was he ended up showing up with
So he must have been on a dating app, because why would she not know how tall he is?
a grill in his mouth to a dinner. So the first thing that I'm thinking about as he sits down to order his food is, oh my God, where is this grill going to go? Oh my goodness. He's just ordering drinks and all of that. Great, awesome. He orders his food. And then again, I'm just really trying to figure out, where is he going to put this grill? So our food finally comes to the table. And again, I'm just like, okay, where is this grill gonna go? And I was like, no, he's not just gonna take that. I'm not gonna just put it on the table. Guess what? He took it out of his mouth and he put it on the table. Right on the table. I mean, at least he had a napkin, right? But
You would think, okay, am I wrong? But a grill is a high-priced item, right? It's like, it's jewelry for men. So you would think he would have like a box
I
for
would
it or
think.
something. I mean, it's
You
bad
would
enough
think
he's
he would
wearing it.
go to the bathroom, or maybe just not even show up with it at all.
Yeah, yeah. That's
He could have wrapped it in a napkin or something, you know.
okay. So I guess maybe in the dating app, because it's clear she got him from a dating app that
Yeah, I
didn't
think
have the
she's doing
grill
this
on.
for like her show.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I mean, why is she on a dating app?
Right.
Well, a lot of people get on dating apps so they can start finding people. Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, but someone of her status, like you would think, like, because usually rich people they hire matchmakers because they don't want to have to go through all of that.
Oh, that's true.
Because I mean, her
I'm sorry, go
level,
ahead.
her level is like up there, and it's like you ended up with someone who had a grill in his mouth, and he's short.
Oh
Like you
no.
out here looking bad. You don't realize what you're looking like right now. Corey winning right now. Like, come on, stop taking one for the
Exactly.
team.
And he just made that movie with Medea, right?
Yeah, it was him or Megan Good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It was
you
okay.
supposed to
It was,
upgrade.
yeah, he's getting more popular, I would think.
But yeah, so yeah, let me play some more.
But still, you guys, like, what the hell? Like, really, bro? How old are we? That is just, I don't know. It was just surprising and a little tasteless, in my opinion. It was gross. You know what I mean? Like, this is like your first date. It's like first impressions. You know what I mean? And he just decides to put this grill right on the table as we eat. And as we're eating, I'm just like, at that moment, I truly wish that I had been on a speed date, you know, when you can just tap out. But unfortunately, I couldn't. It was a dinner and it went on longer than I wanted it to. Girls, let me know in the comments if I am like overreacting. If you're like, girl, ain't nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's just gross. To have anything that comes out of your mouth and sit on a table.
You know, a girl did that on those
It
Pop
was
the Balloon
nasty.
shows.
Really?
She had a grill, and they popped their balloons.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh. And she was like, "Well, I just wanted to show up like this because, you know, I can be classy, but I just wanted to show up like this just to see." I'm like, "To see what? All of them pop their balloons."
Just
You just wanted to see
what?
yourself get rejected on TV? Like, what were you trying to see? It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
That's like a waste of energy.
It
exactly.
was.
Let me see here.
She's rubbing her eyes too much with it. She needs
Yeah.
better makeup remover.
Yeah, I don't know. Are those lashes or mascara? Because I didn't see anything come off.
Yeah.
Like, that is some good mascara.
I guess so. Real waterproof.
For real. Waterproof, oil proof. I said, dang. That was the
Everything.
cleanest. What was it? Towel, napkin she used.
Yeah.
I know. She was really, it looked like she was really nervous or something.
Probably embarrassed to be
Nothing
like,
wrong with a
yo.
little grill.
I muted it just so you guys can talk and we.
I just want to see her rub her ass one more time.
Yeah, but oh, raccoon eyes.
Yeah, what is that? Do you think that's because she's tired, or is that because it's just something a natural attribute?
Well, I know some people, as you get older, that naturally happens, but it's like the blood vessels in your under eye, they make your skin look darker. She needs to start using ice cubes on that area.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, folks,
Maybe those little eye patches that go up under there.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Another ladies' night done. I think I might have one Saturday. I might have one Saturday. I'll think about it because,
Okay.
you know, yeah, I think Saturday sounds good. I
We need
appreciate
we need fellas night so they can start running their mouths.
fellas
Yeah.
night. Well,
We'll get
actually,
we'll
believe it or
get them in
not,
the
we kind of had a fellas night during a ladies' night. There was like 5 guys up here. What was that yesterday, the day before?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. The Urbanista came up. She was here, but there was Tevin, there was me, there was Darnell, there was Deontay,
I was
and like,
shocked because they're normally quiet.
yeah. And I like saying to myself, this is what's going on here.
Yeah.
Let me check the sign. Let me check my sign again. Does it say ladies' night? But then luckily, the Urbanista came on, and she's very eloquent speaker. She speaks very
Uh-huh.
and 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 basically, what? Because it's Urbanista. And were you here?
Me?
Yeah. Wait,
Was it yesterday?
was Urbanista and one more
It was
person?
me.
Oh yeah, I thought it was you. You were here when all the guys are here, right?
Uh-huh. I
Oh,
came up later, I think.
I think I came
okay.
the next day because they were talking about how
Yeah,
nice Darnell was.
yeah,
You
and
know what? I like it when he gets up here and then like someone like why is seeking knowledge get rips him. I knew but I just like laughing.
why seeking knowledge? She cannot look, and I understand why she feels the way she does because Darnell sometimes can start. Yeah, sometimes he will not want to. What is it? And I know Darnell is listening. He doesn't like to give up easy. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Because
So
yesterday he was like,
Yeah.
it's not deflection. I'm like, you can't even give an example without blaming women.
yeah. So
Exactly.
well, I think he sees himself
His
as the
red pill
res-
shows a lot.
Yeah, he watches them. He watches them a lot. But I mean, he's one of the nicest red pill guys I've ever known. So
I honestly believe if he gets offline and just goes out into the world, because it's not like how it is online.
right.
Right.
Online, it's so constricted because it's like a small world, honestly.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. But yeah, there was we definitely had a guys' night last night. Was it last night?
I think it was.
Yeah.
I was
So So yeah, you know,
I think
but
they
my
should come up and talk because we need more of a balanced,
Yeah.
balanced opinion.
As
And
long
plus,
as
I
they
need to
don't
start
get
taking notes so I can, avoid some men.
well, I'll
as long
invite
as
them
they're
all
respectful.
back. You know, Deontay's in the clouds. Darnell is around. You know, Tevin's around. Tevin's very interesting to me because he'll go from being like a hardcore feminist, then all of a sudden he goes completely red pill out of nowhere.
He's
And it's,
that wild card.
he is a wild card.
You just
You
don't
don't
know
know
what
which.
you're gonna get.
I mean, you
He's
just
that
got to
card is
judge
like
him topic
draw
to topic.
10.
You know,
Maybe it's based on who made him mad that day.
or that moment, yeah. That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Anyway, it was great. This was a great night. We're gonna have more of them. I'll decide because I keep bouncing my lives around. But you know, just thank you so much for making this a nice, relaxed evening. Because something tells me the weekend's going to be interesting. It always is. And so, Bridget Mouton and Vanessa Summer, thank you so much for coming up. And let me hit the beat and
Thank
tell
you.
everybody, you know, please, we got to do this again. So anyway,
Of course. Bye, y'all.
bye everybody. Here we go.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
All right, everybody. Oh, definitely, everybody, give Vanessa and Bridget a hand of applause in the chat, please. Give them a large hand of applause. Let them know.
Yay.
No. Here we go. In the house, Indiana. Mom. On stage, Vanessa and Bridget. Miss RV.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right.
You know what? Quiet. Knowledge.
It's not hard to fool me.
Columbia. Meet Columbia in the house.
Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
Anointed.
To the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
Phoenix Soul.
So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good
Minerva's World.
'Cause I'll find no better one.
Celine C.
Susceptible now.
Bonnie Rose.
Before the moment flies.
Henry Mars.
It's not a problem. No. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into.
And everybody up in the cloud.
Nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to
See everyone on the next one.
you and I.